Well, good morning, friends. Another live look over the plaza right now, but sunrise not as gorgeous as it typically is sometimes during this time of year, where we'd have the gold and the pinks, the reds, all getting up to starting off a beautiful day here around the city fountains and the Missouri River Valley as a whole. Instead, we have darker clouds, grayness, breezy conditions out there currently with gusts up to about 30 miles per hour in some areas. We could see them up to about 40 or 45 miles per hour, all ahead of a big, severe weather threat as it really lingers over us by late tonight, continuing into our Wednesday morning. Friends, it is a first warn weather day, and we are tracking some powerful storms to impact us as we make it to the late night tonight and into the early morning hours of our Wednesday. This could be impactful for even our morning commute. The brand new update is now that there is a first warn weather day for our Wednesday. And again, that's more concentrated in our morning time frame, looking to see this front move out by about 9 to 10 a.m. on Wednesday morning. Good morning to you guys. First Warn 5 meteorologist Greg Bennett here. I had been out and about, and now I'm back in and checking out the latest data on this storm system and the kind of ingredients that are setting up nicely as we move forward in time. The instability is growing here around the Central Plains and transitioning up into southern areas of Missouri. We've got warmer air lift. Even though it's not going to be a warm day in general, we do have the lift for it. And then we've got the forced lifting mechanism itself of the massive storm system that will ensue moving forward into the overnight. I'm going to get us started off with where we're going to be with this storm system. And kind of sort of just the radar, I think, is a best bet to start off with. So I'm going to pop that in for us and show you where we are with our satellite radar. Give me just 2 seconds while I get this and adjust it for you, because there is activity already to the mix of this storm system. Just some light shower activity further north of even Buchanan County from St. Joe. Moves up towards Nodway County for the most part, Andrew counties, Halt, and even Atchison County on the Missouri side, seeing a bit of light shower activity with a bit of a weak front that's moving through with some heftier cloud cover just outside of Lynn County on the Missouri end, and even Chillicothe out there. You can see the cloud cover, the grayness, kind of the haziness that's over our radar system. That is that cloud deck that we're dealing with out the door currently. Let's see if we can kind of move this on out. Now, it's not going to show us everything because we've got the radar more concentrated throughout our viewing area, not necessarily the region. But as you can tell, it definitely does stretch all the way out towards central Kansas with a little bit of that wet weather. As we move forward in time, we will be getting into more of a severe weather threat. I want to show you the timing of this in one of our future forecasts. This is only one. This is the high resolution model. This is one that typically does a reasonably good job in predicting what our weather pattern is going to do, especially during our severe weather season. As you can see, though, it's a little bit more aggressive with wet weather right now for 7 a.m. in our forecast model run, compared to what we saw at 7 a.m. this morning, which was only a few light showers towards Holt County. So it's a little off in its predictions so far, starting off the run from this morning. But 3 o'clock in the afternoon, just a few more isolated showers are plausible here. We continue that randomness of energy, just allowing for a few showers to hit or miss around the region, mainly concentrated to Missouri. And during this time frame, we're seeing gusts at around 40 to even 50 miles per hour. This is all ahead of the front that looks to develop later tonight. There's about 10 and 11 p.m. at night. I'm going to stop it here because this shows us a great kind of feature of storm activity developing ahead of the line and then the line itself. So we've got it there off around Ray and Clay counties, that strong storm cell, just an example of showing you that we see enough instability just ahead in the wake of this front that allows for some strong storm cells to develop. And then you see the massive line that's coming through along Interstate 70 from central Kansas. This looks to be 11 p.m. in the evening. Then we move it and drag it through from 1 a.m. to 2 o'clock in the morning, and now begins to enter in to the metro itself. At 7:41 in the morning, this is a brand new update to this particular model. It is a prediction, a new prediction that we're seeing together. And as you can see, 2 a.m., it's still very powerful for Leavenworth and Platte counties, stretching up towards Cameron as well. Let's keep moving it forward. There's 2:30 to 3 o'clock in the morning. And you can see those dark reds. This could be a big concern for us. 3 a.m. in the morning, that line right through the city, and that's where we're seeing those darkest reds and even those dark pinks. We call that magenta. Those are just indicative of dense moisture, and most likely where we're seeing the most unstable parts of the storm system, really providing us an opportunity for powerful storms to occur. So this could be that severe weather line right here, and that moves forward through 4 a.m. Now all of a sudden to the east side of the metro, and it continues its track through the mid-morning time frame to the east-southeast. Finally, as we make it to about 9 a.m., we should be done with the storm activity. Like I said, this is only one model. I could break this up and show you three other models. One is our graph model. That stands for something, GRAF. It's actually a blended model from the Weather Channel itself, the weather company. That says it's almost the same timing, but most of the strong storms are going to lie around northern Platte County and then stretching up towards Iowa. Not really much happening around I-70 and south. The other model that we like to use is called the NAM, N-A-M. It's another good short-range model, and that is showing more likelihood of severe weather on a line, just like what we just saw with this high-resolution model, something featured like this. However, the timing is different, and instead of this line cutting through the metro at 2 o'clock in the morning like this one, the NAM model indicates closer to 5 a.m. That's around the time we're all trying to head out the door and start our day. This is one of the reasons why we have issued or declared another first warn weather day for Wednesday, because we're not quite 100% on the timing of the storms coming through the region. The earlier, technically, the better for us, because at least we're safely indoors. The later it becomes, and we get closer to 5 or 6 a.m., especially to our dense populated areas, the more problems we're going to have with people potentially getting injured. Nonetheless, the wind, the hail, and the tornado opportunities are up, and we are tracking those closely for you. What I am more concerned with overall is going to be high wind, straight line wind, and hail development. But tornado development is still possible. It is likely that it would be an isolated event, meaning 2, maybe 3 are possible tornado warnings that pop up here. But the wind and the hail are going to be big concerns here. Now, we're already looking to see gusts up to about 50 miles per hour as the front itself comes through the area between the hours of 10 p.m. and 4 a.m. Now, we tack on a strong thunderstorm, we could see storm gusts in excess of 60, 70, or even 80 miles an hour. And that's plenty enough to rip shingles off of roofs, and some roofs actually just peeling away, just depending on what type of home you have. That is something like a mobile home that you have to watch out for. The hail development, you can see how it is on the high side. This is because we're starting off at the size of a quarter and then working our way up. We actually have the opportunity to see hail the size of hen eggs with some of these storms. Is it a guarantee, though, that this is going to occur? No, not quite. We're constantly seeing changes and alterations to our atmosphere, and they will adjust accordingly, and we'll just have to find out exactly what comes down. But this is the range of things or hazards we are anticipating with this storm, and we want you to be prepared for it. Again, the time frame of this, especially when it comes down to the metro itself, is looking more likely towards the early morning of our Wednesday. When it comes down to our western friends, between the hours of 8 p.m. and 10 p.m., we could possibly see that line starting to form some strong storms out there. Between the hours of 11 p.m. and 1 a.m., we could have impact here around the metro, right? The first line initiation of strong storm cells. And then moving between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. to our eastern counties. And each one of these locations, you still have a great chance for severe weather to occur. And the reason why I say that is because we've got ourselves a level 2 severe weather risk for 95% of the viewing area. There's a level 3 severe weather risk to some of our counties to the south and east, right? So we're talking Douglas County, Franklin, and Anderson counties. That's Ottawa, Garnett, Lawrence. Even the southern end of Jefferson County out there have an opportunity to see a higher opportunity, a higher chance of developing severe storm activity. And in those severe storms, large size hail, damaging wind, and even an isolated spin up cannot be ruled out. All right. This is not to scare you. This is just to update you. This is to give you a good idea of the timing of the storm activity so you can plan accordingly. All right. We've gone through this. This is severe weather heaven when it comes down to the Central Plains of the Missouri River Valley. We see this every single year. It is not something that we, don't know anything about. We go through it every single year. But we still need to be cautious about it. We still need to be smart about it. Make sure that we're planning accordingly, right? So make sure you have that plan in place for your family and yourself. Find that very safe location in your home. Know that that's going to be the location you're going to go to if things get really hairy in your neighborhood. Make sure that you're bringing in outdoor objects like maybe patio furniture or perhaps your gas grill. Maybe the kids' toys are outdoors. You want to bring those indoors for today, especially the trash cans. You may not have one by the time you wake up tomorrow morning because of these wind gusts, right? All of the stuff that we just talked about there could be projectiles due to wind gusts up around 60, 70, or even 80 miles per hour and can cause copious amounts of damage to your home or to your vehicle, right? Look at around your home, your front yard, and your backyard. Check out the trees that you have in your area. Is there a tree that looks like it could come down or may have an opportunity to do so, maybe on your neighbor's home? Let them know about it. Make sure that they could find the safest location in their house for what they think might go down on those trees. Look at the branches. Are any of them dead? Are some of them really, really long and it seems like they could snap under some high wind? Know where that limb is going to fall and make sure you move things out of the way, or at least make sure that you stay as safe as possible if that does occur. I'm talking about your cars for the most part. If you do have room in the garage, please put them in the garage. That's going to be a very good idea. I would also have a go bag. This go bag will have extra clothing in it, socks, shoes. It'll also have a first aid kit in there for you. It'll have extra batteries, flashlight. It should also have, your cell phone, important documents, maybe for your family or for the home. Make sure you have those safe and in an area that you can always have available, just in case things really get bad. You also want to have food and water. The ideal thing is to have enough food and water for 2 to 3 days for your family. So take that into consideration. Have that go bag in the safe location, or have it in a place that you're obviously going to take it with you and go to a safer place. If you live in a mobile home, you may be wanting to take a hotel room or perhaps stay at a friend's house. Make sure you put that go bag in a car. That way you can drive to the safer location, you have that go bag, and you put that bag in their safe location. All right. So these are the things that we're talking about. Outdoor animals, bring them indoors. This is not going to be a night to keep the dog or the outdoor cat outdoors. Want to make sure that they're safe as well. Understand that you're most likely going to lose power in a situation like this. So be prepared that it could be several hours to an entire day, maybe even longer, that you're out of power. And you can still provide a safe location for your family, even if that ensues. And of course, the better thing to do is to always have us close at hand in your mobile device. updating on the social media apps and even our app for weather here at KCTV5. You'll be always able to get if you have that smartphone or smart device fully charged. So even if the power goes out, you can still track the storm right here with us at KCTV5. So it is well worthwhile to grab that too. That's the latest update that I have for you. It is now 7:51 in the morning. And in just a few more moments, I will be going live once again as a cut-in with CBS Today. So we're going to leave you with a beautiful view of outdoors and the sun starting to slowly dissipate over these clouds. It's going to get grayer and grayer as we move forward through the day and windier. But overall, there is still time to get those plans in place and to prep the home for the severe weather threat that we have for this evening. Stick with KCTV5 for the latest updates on the severe weather risk. And of course, hang out with us on our website and all of our social media platforms.